Highway Patrol.
Yeah, I think I just saw O.J. Simpson on the 5 freeway. He's heading north.
As we're watching here, Vince, we're seeing a car that's been pulling up and pulling back, and now we see the white Bronco take off at a speed that's considerably faster than it's been driving before.
We can't identify that other car, that it has apparently been playing some form of tag with the Bronco there. Don't know if it is, obviously it's some kind of an official vehicle, but we don't know what it is.
But look at the people standing on the freeway there, waving.
There are a number of people standing on the side of the road, just the curious and also well-wishers. We watch people wave and blow kisses as Mr. Simpson drives by.
Very difficult getting information from the scene because police have instituted a blackout. Police are
Cowlings there now, isn't it, with facing to the left of our screen?
In the dark clothes,
We love the juice, save the juice. A lot of these people came by on motorcycles. They followed the police motorcade that followed Simpson to this residence, and they parked their motorcycles, some cars, and they're gathering here trying to show their support for Simpson as a standoff is taking place just about 500 yards in front of them right now. All of them very enthusiastic, hopeful that O.J. Simpson will emerge from the car safe and be taken into custody safely. That's what they're saying right now.
It's reminiscent of a movie I saw years ago. I think it was called Dog Day Afternoon with, if I remember correctly, Al Pacino, and a crowd gathered outside somewhere, and they were outside a bank, and they were chanting. I don't know if they were chanting Attica or whatever they were chanting, but this is reminiscent of that sometimes.
It's strange you say that. It's strange you say that, Harold, because right now this crowd is chanting juice, juice.
Absolutely 100% not guilty.
It is the filthiest, dirtiest, nastiest word in the English language. It will upset the black jurors. It'll issue a test, it'll give them a test, and the test will be, whose side are you on? The side of the white prosecutors and the white policemen? Or are you on the side of the black defendant and his very prominent and capable black lawyer?
So not every African American feels that way. It's demeaning to our jurors to say that African Americans cannot hear these offensive words.
The evidence will show that the careless, slipshod, negligent collection, handling, and processing of samples by basically poorly trained personnel from LAPD has contaminated, compromised, and corrupted the DNA evidence in this case.
Brian Cato Kalin, B-R-I-A-N, K-A-T-O-K-A-E-L-I-N.
You a little bit nervous today?
Feel great. A little nervous.
You seem real excited to have you come.
Sustained. Wouldn't you? His name.
So you last saw the defendant standing by the Bentley at 9:35. Was that your testimony?
Is this foundation?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
All right.
Yes.
At 9:35?
It'd be, yeah, so to walk about 9:35, 9:36.
We were all drinking and goofing around and being loud and dancing and having a great time. And then at one point, O.J. grabbed Nicole's crotch and said, "This is where babies come from, and this belongs to me." And Nicole just sort of wrote it off like it was nothing, like, you know, like she was used to that kind of treatment. And it was like, I thought it was really humiliating, if you ask me.
A woman came running out of the bushes to my left, crossed the driveway. She was a female Caucasian, blonde hair. She was wearing a bra only as an upper garment, and she had on dark, lightweight sweatpants and started yelling, "He's going to kill me, he's going to kill me."
We broke the back door down to get in.
Okay, wait a minute. What's your name?
Nicole Simpson.
Okay, is he the sportscaster or whatever?
Yeah.
What is he doing? Is he threatening you?
Going nuts.
I saw a figure come into the entranceway, of the house. This time there was an answer, which was Mr. Simpson. He told me that he overslept and he just got out of the shower and he'd be down in a minute. He came out and Cato offered to go get the bag, and he said, no, that's okay, I'll get it.
This appeared to me to be an overkill or a rage killing.
Does that mean that these characteristics that Mr. Simpson has that are also found in the Bundy Walk bloodstain are only found in approximately 1 out of 170 million Caucasians or African Americans?
Yes, approximately.
Describe that material or that bloodstaining as matching Nicole Brown. Is that right?
That's correct.
Can you include him as a candidate who could have worn the shoes that created the impressions in this case?
Yes, I could include him as a candidate for possibly having worn those shoes.
Although he looked like Tarzan, you know, he was walking more like Tarzan's grandfather.
I'm telling you, you got to get your space in if you're working out with the wife, if you know what I mean.
Handing Mr. Simpson the club document.
That's people 77.
When it happened in court, did you know you were in trouble?
I knew that it hadn't gone as well as I had hoped it should have gone.
Did you regard it as like earth-shattering to the case?
No. Not necessarily, not particularly. It wasn't until I went upstairs and left the courtroom that I realized that people thought that it was a monumental failure, a monumental mistake.
Can you please describe the appearance of the glove, sir?
It appeared dark leather glove. It appeared to be somewhat moist or sticky. I didn't touch it, but it appeared that parts were sticking to other parts of the glove.
And now Mark Furman came up to you and told you he'd made some discoveries. Is that correct?
Yes.
And so that we're clear, it was Mark Furman who allegedly found this glove out there near Kaylin's room. Is that correct? Outside?
Yes.
And it was Mark Furman who allegedly found this spot on the outside of the Bronco. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Did you wipe a glove in the Bronco, Detective Furman?
No.
You did not?
No.
And you say on your oath that you have not addressed any black person as a nigger or spoken about black people as niggers in the past 10 years, Detective Furman?
That's what I'm saying, sir.
So that anyone who comes to this court and quotes you as using that word in dealing with African Americans would be a liar, would they not, Detective Furman?
Yes, they would.
All of them, correct?
All of them.
You ever try to find a bruise on a nigger? Please, you ever try to find a bruise on a nigger?
Never.
No.
He said if I had my way, I'd gather, all the niggers would be gathered together and burned.
He said, the only good nigger is a dead nigger.
Officer Furman turned around, looked at me, and told me, I told you we'd get you nigger.
Judge Ejo's decision smells of corruption, cover-up, underscore cover-up, racism, disrespect for all morally decent people in this city and in this.
When one of the murder victims. Nearly 40 minutes out of an hour, we have seen a man who perhaps is the worst kind of racist himself. Someone who shoves racism in front of everything. Someone who compares a person who speaks racist comments to Hitler, a person who murdered millions of people. This man is the worst kind of human being imaginable. He compares racism of its worst kind in this world to what's going on in this case. He has suggested that racism is the foundation of the police department, of our justice system, and only these jurors are capable of fixing everything that has been going on in history? This man is sick!
At which he stood a few moments ago. The issue here is whether this defendant killed Nicole Brown or Ron Goldman or not. The issue here isn't my ethics. The issue here isn't racism. The issue here isn't Detective Furman. And it isn't their egos and how much money they can make or how many talk shows they can appear on. This case is a circus, and they've made it a circus. And I know that you've tried to do everything you could to prevent that.
I only have one other question.
What was that, Mr.
Detective Furman, did you plant or manufacture any evidence in this case?
I assert my Fifth Amendment privilege.
What more does anyone need out there to understand that we have now demonstrated this man had motive, he had opportunity, and now he's claimed the Fifth Amendment out of his own mouth.
I'm mindful of the mood and the stamina of this jury. I have confidence, a lot more it seems than Ms. Clark has, of their integrity. And that they will find, as the record stands now, that I did not, could not, and would not have committed this crime.
We played for the jury the June 12th videotape where you saw O.J. Simpson at 6:30 in the evening of June 12th. And you saw him. He was kissing the Brown family. He was shaking hands with Lou Brown. He picked his son up.
Let me come back to Mark Furman for a minute, just so it's clear. Did he lie when he testified here in this courtroom saying that he did not use racial epithets in the last 10 years? Yes. Is he a racist? Yes. But the fact that Mark Furman is a racist and lied about it on the witness stand does not mean that we haven't proven the defendant guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
And a genocidal racist, there's no doubt about that. But there's really no doubt either that they played with this sarcasm. And if that can happen, that's a reasonable doubt for this case. Period. End of sentence. End of case.
Last night, about this case and their theory and how it didn't make any sense and how it didn't fit and how something is wrong. It occurred to me how they were going to come here and stand up here and tell you how O.J. Simpson was going to disguise himself. He was going to put on a knit cap and some dark clothes, and he was going to get in his white Bronco and this recognizable person and go over and kill his wife. That's what they want you to believe. That's how silly their argument is. And I said to myself, maybe I can demonstrate this graphically. Let me show you something. This is a knit cap. I'm going to put this knit cap on. And you've been seeing me for a year. If I put this knit cap on, who am I? I'm still Johnny Cochran with a knit cap. And if you look at O.J. Simpson over there, and he has a rather large head, O.J. Simpson in a knit cap from 2 blocks away is still O.J. Simpson. It's no disguise. It's no disguise. It makes no sense. It doesn't fit. If it doesn't fit, you must acquit. Good time, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Simpson, would you please stand and face the jury? Mrs. Robertson.
Superior Court of California, County of Los Angeles, in the matter of the people of the state of California versus Orenthal James Simpson, case number BA097211. We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant Orenthal James Simpson not guilty of the crime of murder in violation of Penal Code Section 187A, a felony upon Nicole Brown Simpson, a human being, as charged in count 1 of the information. Signed this second day of October 1995, Juror 230. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, is this your verdict? So say you one, so say you all.
All right, counsel. Mr. Simpson, would you be seated, please? Just have it quiet in the courtroom, please.